The air in California was electric that morning. Not because of the sunlight, not because of the crowd, but because something extraordinary was about to be revealed. A quiet tension filled the exhibition hall. Everyone knew this wasn't just another car show. Something historic was brewing. Two names had been whispered for weeks across tech forums and innovation blogs: Elon Musk and Maxwell Chikumbutso. One, the world's most recognized tech visionary. The other, a mysterious Zimbabwean inventor whose ideas often seemed to defy the laws of physics. When the announcement broke that both men would appear together at the California FutureTech Exhibition, the entire industry stopped to listen. And then came the rumor: a self-powered car, capable of running without fuel, without charging, powered entirely by radio frequency energy. It sounded impossible. But that impossibility is exactly what drew the world's eyes to one stage.
Caméra drone hovered above the crowd.
Engineers, journalists, and investors filled the seats. The massive LED backdrop displayed two words: free energy. And as the lights dimmed, the host's voice echoed through the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elon Musk and Maxwell Chikumbutso.
The applause erupted like thunder.
Elon walked out first, confident, calm, slightly amused always.
Beside him, Maxwell, humble, focused, with that quiet intensity of someone who knows something the world doesn't yet understand. Behind them, under a dark silk cover, stood the prototype. A car that, according to the whispers, could run endlessly without plugging in or refueling. Elon leaned toward the microphone. Today, he said, we're exploring the boundaries of what energy can mean for transportation. Then he gestured to Maxwell. Maxwell's been working on something that challenges the way we think about power itself. Maxwell stepped forward, his voice steady. For years, he said, we've relied on batteries, fuel, and charging stations. But nature has always had energy flowing all around us, invisible, constant, waiting to be used. He paused for a moment, letting the words sink in. Radio frequency, he continued, is not just for communication. It can be converted, harvested, and amplified. What we've built here is a car that runs on that principle. The audience gasped. He walked to the covered vehicle and pulled the cloth away. There it was, sleek, futuristic, painted in matte silver with minimal branding, but a single name on the front: Greener Power Machine, RF Drive. Cameras flashed from every angle. Elon stood beside the car, arms folded, smiling slightly. It's beautiful, he said. Maxwell nodded. But it's not just about beauty. It's about independence. He pointed to a compact box visible beneath the hood. This, he explained, is the RF converter. It takes ambient radio frequencies, from communication towers, Wi-Fi signals, even cosmic background radiation, and transforms them into usable energy.
The concept sounded like science fiction.
Yet the car was right there. Maxwell continued. It doesn't store energy in a battery the way EVs do. It generates energy continuously. You could drive for weeks, months, without charging. The audience murmured in disbelief. A few journalists exchanged skeptical glances. But Elon Musk, surprisingly, didn't interrupt. Instead, he spoke with a tone of genuine curiosity. If this works the way Maxwell describes, he said, it could redefine sustainability forever. We're talking about energy independence, not just from oil, but even from the grid itself. Maxwell nodded again.
That's the dream.
The host invited both men to step aside as a test driver approached the stage. A single button press brought the car to life. No roar. No hum.
Just a soft digital shim. Like the whisper of static turning into energy. The dashboard lit up.
The display showed power generation, RF frequency capture rate, and propulsion efficiency in real time. The audience leaned forward as the driver slowly accelerated. The car moved silently across the stage, down the ramp, and onto a short test track built inside the exhibition hall. Every eye followed it. Every ear strained to hear a sound, a clue, a sign of hidden motors or generators. But there was nothing except smooth motion and quiet awe. When the car completed a full lap, Maxwell smiled. The beauty, he said, is that it doesn't matter whether it's day or night. The energy field never stops. Elon Musk spoke again. If RF conversion can be scaled safely and efficiently, this could complement or even surpass what we're doing at Tesla with battery technology.
The room buzzed.
Elon Musk, the man who built the modern EV revolution, had just publicly acknowledged the possibility of something beyond batteries. A paradigm shift was unfolding before their eyes. But as with all paradigm shifts, the questions came fast. An engineer from the audience raised a hand. How do you handle conversion losses? RF to DC isn't efficient at large scales. Maxwell nodded. That's true, he replied. Traditional systems lose about 80% of captured energy in conversion. But we developed a multi-stage resonant amplifier that increases yield exponentially. It's experimental, but it works. He looked at Elon, who seemed both impressed and cautious. Of course, Elon added, every new energy system faces challenges: safety, efficiency, and reproducibility. The audience applauded again, appreciating the balance between excitement and realism. Then someone asked the question everyone was waiting for. Is this car going into production? Elon smiled slightly. Let's say this is a conversation starter, he replied. The future of energy is about collaboration, not competition. Maxwell added, we're opening the door to what's possible. Whether it's with Tesla or others, the goal is to change how humanity moves. The host closed the presentation with a final remark. Today we've seen what might be the first car that doesn't just use energy, it becomes part of the energy around it. As the crowd dispersed, the internet exploded. Clips of the presentation went viral. Twitter trended with hashtag self-powered car, hashtag RF drive, and hashtag Elon Maxwell. Tech bloggers, skeptics, and energy experts all joined the debate. Was this the dawn of a new era? Or just another overhyped prototype that would fade into mystery? That question divided the world. On one hand, Maxwell had a history of strange but fascinating inventions: radios that ran without power, generators that never stopped, drones that flew indefinitely. On the other hand, mainstream science had often rejected his claims as unverified or physically implausible. But this time was different. This time, he had stood beside Elon Musk, a man known for turning impossible dreams into working realities. Could Elon have seen something in Maxwell's work that others missed? Or was it just a symbolic gesture, a nod to creative thinkers, not a confirmation of feasibility? As days passed, more details began to surface. Some claimed that the demonstration car disappeared shortly after the exhibition. Others said Tesla engineers had taken it for evaluation at a private testing facility. Neither claim was confirmed. But speculation spread like wildfire. Videos analyzing the event frame by frame appeared on YouTube. Tech channels debated the plausibility of RF-powered propulsion. Experts in electromagnetic energy explained how radio frequencies carry very little usable power, certainly not enough to move a full-sized car. Yet, others argued that Maxwell's method wasn't traditional RF capture, it was amplification, a process that could theoretically magnify ambient energy into higher usable output. Still, no one outside Maxwell's team had seen the core converter design. The patent details remained sealed. And that secrecy fed both curiosity and doubt. Elon, meanwhile, made no further statements after the event. His silence only deepened the mystery. Some thought he was in talks with Maxwell for a partnership. Others believed he had already dismissed the technology after initial tests. Both sides found reasons to support their theories. And that's where the story took a turn, from demonstration to speculation.
Because when technology meets mystery, the world's imagination fills the gap.
And in those gaps, truth and rumor begin to blend.